Hey, what's going on, guys? Flick here, and welcome back to another episode of Season 3 of the Liverpool Career Mode and the continuation of the January transfer window. In the last episode, we made two new additions to the team in Ragnar Klavan and Clint Dempsey's regen, and I think both of those players will have an impact on this team. They may not be first-team starters, but they will be playing in some of our cup games. Speaking of which, we do have a cup game today against Watford, and I plan on featuring both those players in that lineup. Moving forward into today's episode, there are several signings that I do want to make, and we are currently in the talks with Atletico Madrid in order to pick up Diego Godin. We still don't know whether that deal is going to happen, but if all things do go well, we do plan on signing Diego Godin and strengthening up our defense, after which I do hope to sign Jorginho Wijnaldum and add him to that center mid role. And should we still have the funds from the selling of Faguli and Cáceres, players like that, then we will look to pick up a world-class player. I may also include some of our existing players in a swap deal. The likes of James Milner may be a primary target in order to get that deal done. With all the transfers that have been going on, I feel like I haven't had the time to address any press conference questions. So if you guys would like to see a press conference where I address your questions specifically in the next episode, make sure you drop that in the comments section below. But with that said, let's get on with the episode today. Two matches for us to play as we look to close out January, and the first of which being a home match in the FA Cup against Watford. And we're going to give Klavan a starting center back role and Clint Dempsey's regen a place in the substitutes to feature later in the match. And our second fixture today will be an away match against Swansea. Probably going to bring out our strongest team in that game, but we do have a week and a half to make the signings that we want to make. But looking at previous transfer windows, that's when most of the signings have happened. Outside of Klavan getting the nod to start at right center back, we haven't really made too many changes to our typical starting 11. We have given Pepe Reina the start in this game because he's been performing pretty well in those cup fixtures, and I think he can continue to do so in this match. And we're also giving Jonas Hector some play time at left back. One thing that does stick out for this Watford lineup is that they have Pantilimon in the net for them, and he is a freaking giant in goal. He's going to be tough for us to score on. Milner's going to play a good through ball over to Coutinho, and now a ball being played into Lionel Messi. Just like that, Lionel Messi is going to get a goal in the second minute, and there's been more and more skepticism about him, saying that maybe we should sell him during this January transfer window, and I think he lives off that hate and that speculation. He kind of is respected as one of the world's best players, and maybe he needed that little push to improve his performance. A great run being made right there across the defense, and a clinical finish on his right foot. Some good passing here. Now Mane trying to slip this one through, and Milner crossbody shot just over the bar. There's Troy Deeney on the ball for Watford, playing this one through, and now back to Troy Deeney. He's waiting for the right pass. Jonas Hector gets a tackle in, and now Milner trying to get on the counter-attack, but Capoue finds Deeney, and Watford will strike back in the 34th minute. Just like that. That was a mistake from us originally. We just had to deal with it, but Milner gets the ball taken away from him, and they had enough players forward to pass it around and get it by Pepe Reina. Lionel Messi looking to place one out wide, and it's Milner. Can he bang in a long shot? That was looking really good, but just wide of the target. And we're going to go into the halftime break on that note. We'll take a look at some of these statistics at halftime. I know Watford, they started off pretty sluggishly and kind of fell asleep at the start, but since then, they've looked solid as ever. Pretty equal stats, and it should be a very interesting second half. Ragnar Klavan starting the counterattack for us. Now Milner finding Royce. Over to Philippe Coutinho, using some good dribbling ability. Now through to Lionel Messi. He needs to find the cross inside, and it was a shot over to Coutinho, and just a spill by Pantilimon. That has been his one area of weakness. Yes, he can get to those kind of low balls, but his handling has been subpar, and finally, he does pay the price for it with Philippe Coutinho following it up. We'll look to make a couple of changes now. Mane will be brought off, and we're going to be bringing on Clint Dempsey's regen. Very excited what he can do. A 70 rated player and 5-star skills. We'll look to showcase that right now. Christian Pulisic also being brought on for James Milner. Marco Reus playing this one out wide, and it's Pulisic spawning out the run by Lovejoy, and now a chance for him to show off his skill moves and his pace, using a Berber spin to cut inside, getting around the Watford defender. Now some LTRT to get around another defender, looking to get it on his right foot. He's tackled inside the box, but a good challenge by the Watford defender. And suddenly Watford on the counterattack. I'm on ultra defensive. However, they're still able to get this one on target. Pepe Reina, big save. I don't want to take any chances on the defensive side of things, so Klavan has performed fairly well in these last 80 minutes, but we're going to be taking him off and bringing Matip on just to ensure that we don't get beat on the counterattack. I throw an opportunity for us well into Watford's territory. We're going to find Marco Reus, and he's just going to look to make the easy pass. Jonas Hector now finding Christian Pulisic. He's going to play this one over to Emre Can. Now it's going to be Lovejoy. Can he get a goal for himself? So unlucky. Off the post. The scenes if he would have scored on his Liverpool debut. Full time for us, and I would have loved to have added on a third goal through Lovejoy, but we still managed to get the win. We'll be advancing the FA Cup. Some good news as Atletico Madrid have accepted the 20 million bid for Diego Godin, but I have some bad news to break to you guys, and this is the first time I have seen it. Transfer talks have broken down between Divock Origi and Bayer Leverkusen. That may throw a wrench in our plans. For now though, we'll have to focus on Diego Godin, which is our #1 priority. He is a world-class center back, and 20 million for him is not a bad price. This is the contract I will be offering him. Well, that didn't take long at all. The day after we offer him the contract, Diego Godin does accept the contract offer to join Liverpool, and we've been watching him for a while now, and it's great to finally add him. Godin will definitely be bolstering up our defense by replacing Sula, and now we have a perfect chemistry connection between Diego Godin and Jimenez, both Uruguayan and both outstanding center backs. The final match that we'll be playing in today's episode will be against Swansea City, and it'll be a debut match for Diego Godin. You have to say that this Liverpool defense has to be one of the best defenses in the Premier League now and in recent history. David Alaba, Jimenez, Godin, Klein, and Karius in the back. Wouldn't want anyone else. The gap between us and Chelsea is starting to close, now down to 5 points and definitely within reaching distance. A win here against Swansea would help our cause. It seems like we faced up against this Swansea team so many times in this career mode, more so than other teams, but it doesn't look like they've made too many changes, Rui Patricio being the main one. Corner kick for us, and we'll look to take it short. Coutinho over to Messi, and now looking to dribble this one inside, playing it inside the box. It will be Milner, finding Marco Reus, a fake shot, and a shot will be deflected, and Patricio is able to get safe hands on it. Lots of pressure being applied on the Swansea team, and all we're trying to do is make them make a mistake, but now it's going to be Sigurdsson on the ball, playing it backwards. Can we steal the ball away and look to get on the counterattack? Tabanu playing it in. This is a crossing opportunity, and Karius usually does make those saves on the near post, but not this time around, and Swansea City getting the lead only 5 minutes before halftime. I'm not sure if we can answer that quickly. Halftime for us, and it's been a slow start to the game. Despite getting a couple opportunities, Swansea was the clinical team and got themselves a lead going into the halftime break, but we're going to try something different here in the second half. And what I'm going to do is move Coutinho to the left mid position, and we're going to swap Reus and Messi, allowing Messi to play in a more central role, and I'll be taking Reus off and bringing on Markovic. We'll see how this does work, and if Messi can continue to excel at the center attacking mid position, I may look to provide Coutinho more opportunities on the left. It's really only a matter of time before we get more chances in this game and have the opportunity to get a goal by Rui Patricio. We do need to get forward though, and this will help our chances. Alaba finding Emre Can, now spotting out Lionel Messi. He's going to run onto it, now finding Suarez. The through ball to Coutinho is a good one, and he has a crossing opportunity, nearly gets fouled, still hanging onto the ball, and now finally shoot it. Just do something, Coutinho. I don't know how Swansea didn't foul us at all there. Some good passing here. Lionel Messi finding Markovic. Now it's onside. It's Coutinho. He's going to be able to score this one. We get a bit lucky for Rui Patricio not to make the complete save. He got a piece of it, but Coutinho made the perfect run on the left, and it was Markovic to slip that ball through, and Messi the vision to find Markovic in the first place. Great team play, and we get a deserved goal. We have one more potential substitute to make in this match, and I'm going to give Christian Pulisic a chance to shine in this game. He's been so close to bag himself a goal in recent matches. I think he will be able to do it here against Swansea. Messi spotting Suarez in some space, and he's going to get around a couple of players, can shoot this one from range, and Rui Patricio gets a hand to it. Short corner kick, and Philippe Coutinho scored one goal already. Can he assist in this one? Playing it inside the box, it's Christian Pulisic getting in the right kind of position, and off the post. Are you kidding me? It's going to be collected by Lionel Messi, trying to play it inside. Now Emre Can, spotting out the run by Christian Pulisic again. Cutting it in, playing off the pass, and it's cleared out by Swansea. Corner kick for Swansea, 5 minutes left in this game. I'm not sure how this match will end. Karius will come out and looking for an option. He's going to play it on the ground and play it in front of Nathaniel Klein to run onto it. A through ball being made, and it's Markovic who's timed the run well. And can he spin inside? Looking to spin and win. Has options to play it across. Will look to play it across. It wasn't a great through ball, but we do win the corner. Philippe Coutinho to receive this corner kick. Can he cross it to the far post? To have someone nod it on, it's not on target. Here are the full-time statistics, and I'm frustrated that we can't pick up victories when we want to pick them up. But looking at the stats, we didn't deserve to get the win. Swansea played a good game. They were relatively equal in all the statistics, and a draw is a fair result. With transfer deadline day rapidly approaching and it becoming pretty clear that we're going to have to use a swap deal in order to pick up Georginio Wijnaldum, I've taken a look at him, and guess what? He's injured for 5 months, meaning that we won't be able to use him this season and acquire him on a transfer. And that means we have to go after one of these other center mid options. Don't get me wrong, there are plenty of quality players, but I've been pretty transparent that I wanted to pick up Wijnaldum, and he was one of our highest targets in this transfer window, and it's unfortunate timing that things didn't work out. Along with that, apparently our squad is currently full, so we're going to have to release one of our youth academy players from a contract. I don't think 13,000 will make too much of a dent in our transfer budget. I've been in talks with several teams to scout out which one of those world-class center mids would be a likely target, and none of those teams were interested in Divock Origi, except for one team, and that team being Besiktas. They are open to a swap deal where we include 14 million plus Divock Origi in order to pick up Ozan Oziakup, a fantastic player that I would love to get in the team. However, as things currently stand, we don't have much of a transfer budget to work with, so we have two options. We can ask for more money from the board, or we can look to sell one of our existing players. We've hit deadline day, and all of a sudden, transfer bids are coming in for our players. One being for John Flanagan, a versatile backup player that we could use in the future, but we are open to selling. The next one for Jordan Henderson, former captain of Liverpool, don't really want to sell him. Next one being for Daniel Sturridge, again, one of the more important players for Liverpool, and I'd like to keep him as a substitute, but the final one is for Sofiane Feghouli, a player who we don't have plans for, and it's 14 million, which should just about fund the Besiktas transfer. That's the Sofiane Feghouli transfer deal done and dusted. For a fee of 14 million, he's going to be headed over to Roma, and we've had 12 million added to our own transfer budget. We'll see if that's enough to pick up Ozan Oziakup. We're going to look to match that bid of 14 million plus Origi. It seems like a lot of money, but this is a very talented player. Great news for us, as Besiktas have accepted the transfer offer, and now we can get into contract negotiations. We have just about enough to offer him his 120 a week, and we're going to look to do that. This would be a great addition. I know I wanted an 84 rated center mid at the start, but this guy, although being 83 rated, I think he plays above his overall. This may be the best news I've heard all day. Ozan Oziakup has saved me from a headache, and he's accepted the contract offer, 120 a week, 3 years, and he will be joining Liverpool and becoming our new starting center mid. As transfer deadline day does come to an end, I'm pretty happy with how things did end up. Although we were not able to sell off Origi through a monetary deal, we did sell him in a swap deal and picked up a pretty quality player in Ozan Oziakup while keeping most of this Liverpool team intact, still keeping the likes of Daniel Sturridge, Jordan Henderson, and very important Liverpool players. We'll take a look at some of the top deals, and it was Di Maria to Barcelona for 29 million, Hummels to Bayern Munich, replicating a real-life transfer for 23.5 million, and Bailey over to, who is that, Sevilla for 22 million. But guys, that's going to wrap things up for today's transfer window episode. If you have enjoyed this episode of the Liverpool Career Mode, make sure you drop a like down below. Subscribe if you are new around here, and I have links to my Twitter, Instagram, as well as Twitch in the description down below if you're interested in following me on those platforms. But until next time, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to you guys again soon.